Welcome back to Key Vlogs, y'all. We are out here in sunny San Diego. It wasn't sunny the whole weekend. It was actually pouring rain, and it's the first sun that I've seen the last 2 days. But we're here to talk about compositions, and I got two compositions that will help you guys get better as a photographer. So the first one, of course, is called leading lines. So with leading lines is basically, I can show you right now real quick. So as you can see behind me, it's a line right there that would go circle, and it would show that flag. So basically that line would lead you into a subject. So I could frame this a bit better and show you in real time that, let me zoom in on there so you could see. If you frame it, that line is gonna directly show you into something. So it could be that palm tree, it could be that flag as well. You could use any type of line that you see. You could also use roads. So basically like this sidewalk right here that I could show you, that would lead you, even though it's a windy road, you could use that to basically frame stuff. You could use that to cut frames in half. So I could also do this as well to make it aesthetically pleasing. See now, the frame, the camera is a little too far, but if you can see what I'm saying, it's like the left side would be sand, right side would be that, and you're using basically the lines to show the viewer or even yourself as a photographer that which is the subject and what you want to show them. The best way to practice leading lines for me was to shoot in black and white, because with black and white you're basically just focused mostly on lighting, and with lighting that could show you a lot, a lot stricter, but a lot easier for beginners to see that line that I'm talking about. So what I did was at nighttime I would shoot in black and white, and like the light post would show me, because it's so much easier. Like if you just look at the road, the light post will show you straight to like down the road, and then you could whatever is lighting up in the end of that, you could basically line it up to that, and that would work for it. Shooting black and white as well has helped me see things a bit clearer, because you're not really worried about the colors, you're not really worried about anything else beside just that line that I'm telling you guys about leading lines. So that will literally show you where the line would lead you. I know I'm getting repetitive with these leading lines, and I've been showing you guys on the screen what leading lines are, the examples of it. And a line doesn't have to be in a straight line, it could basically be windy. I can show you guys an example, which is like, I would go to the sidewalk right now, but there's a bunch of people walking, but let's do it so I can show you in real time what I'm talking about with the leading lines. And give me a second. So right there, as you can see, sidewalk is not straight, but you could use that as a leading line, leading into a subject, or even if you want that leading line to be the main subject, that will work as well. If you would want to use that leading line, you could even use the leading lines, I don't know if you could see it, but tire tracks as well. When you are framing stuff, like I could frame myself and stand in between those tire trails, and that would work as a leading line as well. So that's in real time one of the ways that you could use leading lines, even for videos. And the next composition is framing. And for beginners asking, oh, framing, like what do I mean by that? Framing is using another frame to frame your photography. Basically is if you think of it kind of as a painting. So you see my mic, and if you do a square kind of like this, or a rectangle, and you put that mic in the middle of that, that is you framing the mic to make it aesthetically pleasing, basically. So what you would look for with this framing is, let's look in real time. Right now, you see those two palm trees. If I stood in between those two palm trees, like right here, I'm gonna be framing myself right there in the middle. So that's a frame. You could also use this technique with a lot of things, to be honest. You can frame yourself in between those boats, so it's just like between like two things. Or you could also frame yourself, let's say, at a door frame. That's easier. When you're seeing like a rectangle, you stand in the middle and you're doing portrait work, you can have that person, they stand in the middle of that and you're framing them within that to make it look aesthetically pleasing. And I do that a lot when I do my portrait work. And framing helps basically when you're out and about as well, on travel. I took a lot of these when I was in the Vatican, and there was the castle that I went to, and you go inside and out. There was places inside that you would go look at paintings and all, and they had windows. And looking at the windows, I framed the outside of the castle, and you could see houses and whatever it is in the background. And also even people that's walking up like the stairs and the doorwells, you can use that to frame. So framing helps you a lot to see things better in your composition, more so because of just it makes it look aesthetically pleasing as for geometry goes. And I'm showing you guys a couple examples right now on how I would use framing. What I do is I go out and do a photo walk and practice these stuff. You can do this a lot even when you are, let's look for another one. So you see the boardwalk, right? And then in those boardwalks, there's those little, you could frame something in there. So you duck down and then you take a photo in between that, and you could put like a person on the bike there. You could put any subject that you want on there to frame it. Let's see what's another example of framing. You could even have somebody do the heart sign, kind of like this. You do the heart sign. And I've also done that. I took a photo of this mountain top, and I used that person to do the heart sign to basically frame the tip of that mountain. Just another creative way. So you could get really creative with framing. And that is why I love it so much. And I do this a lot when I'm out traveling. Actually, I use leading lines and framing a lot when I'm out traveling. So yeah, but that's it for this video. And if you want to see the next composition tips that I have, go ahead and like and subscribe, and go ahead and comment down below if you have any questions, and I'll see you guys in the next video.